ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितां येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। गुरवे गौरचन्द्राय राधिकायै तदालये कृष्णाय कृष्णभक्ताय तद्भक्ताय नमो नमः। नारायणं गुरुं वन्दे शरण्यं भक्तबान्धवं गौरमनुविष्टं पूर्णां राधदास्यं प्रदायकम् रूपानुगचार्यवर्याम्बुरूपमञ्जरिपृष्ठकं पतितपावनकरुणीयं युगाचार्य नारायणं वञ्चाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। श्यामसुन्दर श्रीकन्दशेखर स्मिरहासर मुरली मनोहर रतिकर सिकमाम कृपनिधे स्वप्रिया चरण किङ्करीं कुरु। तप्त काञ्चन गौरङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वृन्दायै तुलसी देव्यायै प्रियायै केशवस्य च कृष्ण भक्ति प्रदे देवी सत्यवत्याय नमो नमः। श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासदि गौर भक्त वृंदम हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे. So first of all, I begin offering my most humble obeisances to the dust of the lotus feet of Paramaradhatama Shri Guru Pada Padma Nitrila Pravishta Om Vishnu Pada Stotra Sata Shishrimad Shila Bhakti Vedanta Narayana Goswami Maharaj Shila Gurudev. And to my worshipable Shikshan Sannyasa Guru Nitrila Pravishta Shila Bhakti Vigyan Bharati Goswami Maharaj, and to all Shri Rupanu Gauriya Guru Varga, all to Dandis, Sannyasas, Brahmacharis, Vaishnavas, Vaishnavis, and to all the assembled devotees here today, my respectful obeisances. Okay, so by the causeless mercy of Srila Gurudeva and all our acharyas from past, present, and future, we are able to assemble here one more time. So today we have a more practical presentation about how to serve God, how to apply in our practical life this service, this relationship with God. So let us start and see. First, we must know that the Vedas unanimously declare that Krishna is God. In Srimad Bhagavatam 1.3.28, it is stated, all the aforementioned incarnations are plenary portions, or portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Shri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. So first of all, we have to validate the source, means Srimad Bhagavatam itself. So why Srimad Bhagavatam is a bona fide source of information in the Vedic literature, how Srimad Bhagavatam is being considered and everything. So we learn about the Vedas from the Vedas itself. The Vedas, they are self-explained, they are self-revealed. So in the Garuda Purana, there is one verse that says, Arthoyam Brahma Sutranam Bharatartho Vinirnaya Gayatri Bhasha Ruposo Vedartha Paribrimhita. This verse is saying that Srimad Bhagavatam, it is such important book that it has many special features. So Artoyam Brahma Sutranam. Srimad Bhagavatam is the essence of the Vedanta Sutra, of the Brahma Sutra. Brahma Sutra and Vedanta Sutra are synonymous, the same book. Vedanta Sutra and Brahma Sutra. Okay? Sometimes it appears written in one of the ways, in one way or the other. So then Bhagavatam is the essence of the Vedanta Sutra. So Vedanta in itself, it's already essence, right? I explained in the very beginning, Vedanta means the conclusion of the Vedas. So it is already an essential um, uh, treatise. But in itself, Vedanta uh, can also, because the Vedanta Sutra was written in sutras, in aphorisms. Aphorism means a very short sentence that mean so many things. So in order to explain the Vedanta Sutra verses, you need a lot of text, a lot of book. So Srimad Bhagavata is that book that will explain the meaning of Vedanta Sutra. Okay? Then the verse says, Bharatatta Vinirnaya. It is the natural commentary of the Mahabharata. Mahabharata is the longest poem ever written. It's more than 100,000 verses. And it describes the whole history of all the Vedic dynasties and everything, including Krishna. And inside of the Mahabharata, in one chapter, we find the Bhagavad Gita. So Bhagavad Gita is a portion of Mahabharata. So then Srimad Bhagavatam is the natural commentary, the natural expansion of this Vedanta Sutra. Gayatri Bhasya Ruposo. Srimad Bhagavatam is the commentary or also the expansion of the Brahma Gayatri. The famous Brahma Gayatri that describes, the absolute truth. So Bhagavatam is its natural explanation, natural manifestation. Okay. Then Gayatri Bhasha Vedartha Paribrimhita. So Srimad Bhagavatam, it is considered to be the fifth Veda. There are 4 Vedas, but Bhagavatam is symbolically known as the fifth Veda because it adds a lot to the Vedic literature in such a way that Bhagavatam described things that were not previously described, right? So in this way, Bhagavatam has all power to say, and whatever Bhagavatam says, it is absolute truth in the Vedas. So Bhagavatam says in this verse, in Sanskrit, Ete chamsa kalapumsa krishnastu bhagavan swayam. So when it says all the aforementioned incarnations, because previously in the book there was the description of the avatars, all the different avatars of Krishna. And then in this verse it says all the other incarnations, all the other avatars, they are not God. They are just portions or plenary portions of Krishna, who is the original personality of God. It means Swayam Bhagavan. Last meeting, we learned the meaning of Bhagavan, isn't it? No, I think it was not here. It was in the another class. It was the Portuguese class, yes. The Sunday class, we discussed this point. So the word Bhagavan means the one who possesses all opulences. Bhaga means opulences, and Van means possessor. So Bhagavan, it is another name for God, means the Almighty One. So therefore, this verse says, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Swayam means own. Krishna himself means himself. Krishna himself is God. Krishna is Bhagavan. Okay? So, how to serve God? First, we have to establish who is God. All right? So, God is Krishna. And this is only one evidence. There are so many others. But we cannot go on everything like this now. Now, In Bhagavad Gita 9:26, Krishna declares, if someone offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, a fruit, or water, I will accept it. So Krishna is already saying that there is no need for so many expensive things, for so many, you know, elaborated things. If you offer with love and devotion a leaf here means tulasi, okay, not any leaf, but tulasi leaf, a flower, a fruit, or even water, just water. Mhm. Krishna, he can be satisfied, he will accept it, and you can perform bhakti just by this very simple action. Mm. Also, Krishna says, always think of me and become my devotee. Worship me and offer me homage. By doing so, you will inevitably come to me. I promise you this because you are very dear to me. Mm. Very nice verse. One of the most, actually, my Gurudev used to say this is the most important verse of Bhagavad Gita, because this is the verse in which Krishna will directly say how to become his devotee. Mhm. So always think of me. Mhm. Never forget Krishna. Always remember Krishna. Um, this is the root of bhakti. Mhm. Even if you are unable to do so many other activities, due to material circumstances, obstacles, whatever, but remembering Krishna is always possible. Mhm. So always think of me and become my devotee. Mad bhakta. Mm. So Krishna says, become my devotee. Don't waste your time. Don't become devotee of many demigods or any other um, uh, forefathers, nature, whatever. No, become my devotee, Krishna says. Mm. Worship me. Offer me homage. Mm. And if you do like so, you come to him. This is his promise. So Krishna, he is making an oath, he is making a promise that you are very dear to him. Mm. So Krishna's devotees are so dear to him that he will um, always mm, allow them to come to him closer and closer. Mm. In another verse that I don't quote, but Krishna says, Name Bhakta Prayasachin, my devotees will never perish. Never perish. My devotee will never be perished. Mm. So in this way, with this faith, with this confidence, we will dedicate our lives to Krishna service, because he will never let us down. He will never uh, leave our hands. Mm. On the contrary, he will always be there for us. Always. Right? So next one. In the Bhagavad Gita 9:27, Krishna declares, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give to others, and whatever austerities you perform, do these, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. Again, Krishna is giving instructions how to serve him. Hmm? Of course, this whatever, it is not to be taken literally, okay? There are, of course, some limitations. Hmm? Whatever you eat, of course, if you eat meat, you cannot offer to Krishna. So here, whatever means whatever is under the rules, okay, according to the rules. Then you can offer to Krishna. Mm. So this verse, actually, this is the base of karma yoga. Okay. Yat karos ya jajnas ya juhos tadasyat yat tasasya konteya tat kurushmadarpanam. This is the base of karma yoga. Mm. So offering everything to Krishna, all the fruits of your work you offer to Krishna. Mm. In this way, uh, your whole life, it is meant for a very special sacrifice. Mhm. But what sacrifice? Sacrifice of your own self not being in the center, but putting Krishna in the center. Mhm. And instead of becoming the master, you become the servant. Mhm. So this is the sacrifice. So you have to acknowledge that whatever is created, it is created by God. Whatever exists is maintained by God. So we are naturally indebted to the environment and ultimately indebted to God, right? You can only eat because the rain is coming, the earth is working, the sun is working, the wind is working, many animals and insects and bacteria are working, and then you can feed yourself. So you are automatically indebted to so many living entities, including demigods. When I say moon and sun and this means demigods. And other living entities like animals, insects, etc., and plants. You are indebted to them. You are not doing anything alone. But how can you repay each one of them? It is impossible. You cannot meet with each one of them and give something to them. But what we can do to satisfy all of them automatically is by offering to God, offering to Krishna. So if you offer to Krishna, automatically you are satisfying the whole chain of uh, uh, maintenance, and you are not indebted to anyone. No one will, um, what to say, no one will demand anything from you. Because I'm not saying that they are conscious of it. They're not conscious of it. But the laws of karma is conscious. The law of karma knows how much you are indebted and to whom you are indebted. So Krishna is the one who is organizing the chain of karma as Paramatma. So automatically, if you offer to him, he will release those bad reactions from all the other living entities connected to your maintenance, to your life, maintenance. So if we do not offer to God, we are actually like thieves. We are like thieves because we are stealing something that does not belong to us. And we are using as if it belongs. So it means theft. It means a theft. So when we have this type of consciousness, this type of understanding, then we become grateful to God. Some people, they will just see nature itself, and they will also respect, they will bow to nature, they will worship nature, they worship the sun, even if they don't see the demigod, but they worship the entity sun itself as the source of life. They will worship the grains. They will, anyhow. There is a amount of gratitude in that. But the greatest example of gratitude is to offer to Krishna everything. Then your whole chain is purified. Your whole chain is purified. Even if you only eat the most pure food, organic, biodynamic, without exploitation, you yourself working with your family members, whatever, friends, still there is a lot of karma in there, inside, because everything is connected. You are not doing it by yourself. And before you start sowing the seeds and preparing the soil, you have to kill so many living entities. You have to kill plants, animals, insects. And when you are working, when you are plowing, when you are harvesting, automatically you are killing also so many living entities. When you start cooking, You also, again, you kill so many living entities because of the fire. Of course, not in any apartment. Okay, this is in the old Vedic model of, you know, uh, natural life, rural life. But the fact is, mm, it is impossible to act in this world, to live in this world without making karma, without being connected, and without to depending on someone. Everything is interdependent. And only way, there is no second option. The only option to purify everything and get rid of all these bad reactions is by offering to God, offering to Krishna. So therefore, Krishna says, whatever you eat, whatever you do, whatever you give to others, whatever austerities you perform, offer to me. Like we do Ekadashi. Ekadashi is also austerity. We have to restrain our eating habits. So that becomes austerity. But we are offering to Krishna. We are doing for Krishna, not for us. Mhm. All right. The next one, in the Bhagavad Gita 18:68-69, Krishna declares, for the one who imparts this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed, and in the end, he will return to me. There is no servant in this world more dear to me than him, nor will there ever be anyone more dear to me. So, to whom Krishna is talking about? Krishna is talking about the preachers, those who are spreading the message, but not only official preachers, not those who are dressing or, anyone who will speak about Krishna, who will share the secret. Krishna says secret, the supreme secret. Supreme secret means the most confidential knowledge. And the most confidential knowledge is bhakti to Krishna. This is not so obvious everywhere in the Vedas. You have to find that very carefully. Because Krishna, he is protecting himself. Although he is the ultimate goal, still he protects himself. That he will only be found by the sincere ones. So in this way, Krishna says, those who will uh, share this message, they are the most dear servant to me. Those who speak about Krishna. So this is also service to Krishna. So you can also speak about Krishna. Anyone that knows about Krishna can share whatever you know. And then you become most dear to him. Any question till now? Any doubts, any comments? No? All right. So next one. In Bhagavad Gita 12:2, Krishna declares, those who fix their minds on my personal form and are always engaged in worshipping me with great and transcendental faith are considered by me to be the most perfect. Most perfect in yoga. So the greatest yogi is the one who can fix his mind in Krishna. My personal form, Krishna says. So why Krishna says my personal form? Because he has also his impersonal form, that is the Brahman. And he has also his localized aspect, which is Paramatma. But Krishna says, among all these yogis who can meditate on all my forms, those who are meditating on my personal form, they are the most perfect ones. Topmost yogi is that one who meditates on Krishna's form. Okay? In Bhagavad Gita 12:13-14, Krishna declares, one who is not envious, but is a kind friend to all living entities, who does not consider himself the owner of anything, and is free from false ego, who is equanimous in both happiness and distress, who is tolerant, always content, self-controlled, and engaged in devotional service with determination, with his mind and intelligence fixed on me. Such a devotee of mine is very dear to me. So now Krishna is saying what he expects from his devotees towards other living entities. So a devotee of Krishna, he cannot be envious of anyone, and he should be a kind friend, a friend to all. And he does not consider himself to be the owner of anything, even of his own soul. What to speak of other material things. He's always equanimous in both happiness and distress, means he's not concerned about what is happening in the material world, because inside he's always satisfied, because he's always connected to Krishna. He's always worshipping, he's always performing his bhakti. Because in this material world, this so-called happiness and so-called distress, they will come, like you or not, to everyone, even to the saints, even to the most elevated Vaishnavas. They will also get happiness and distress in their lives. This is part of life. But they are equanimous. Equanimous means they don't shake. They don't shake in front of distress. They don't shake in front of happiness, material happiness. Also, this happiness here must be understood as material happiness. Why? Because they live in the original spiritual happiness, transcendental happiness. They are established in that self-satisfaction. Self-satisfaction does not mean that he is satisfied by himself alone. No. But he finds satisfaction in God only. That is the meaning of self-satisfied. And like that. The next one. In Bhagavad Gita 12:20, Krishna declares, those who follow this imperishable path of devotional service and who dedicate themselves completely with faith, making me the supreme goal, are very, very dear to me. So we have to make Krishna as the supreme goal of life. And Krishna says this path of bhakti, devotional service, is imperishable. Imperishable means it is the way and also the goal. It is the means and the goal. We follow bhakti to achieve bhakti. Okay? Different than karma, jnana, yoga, that the practice is different than the goal. Those who follow jnana, karma, etc., they will practice those things, but they don't want to achieve it. Once they achieve their perfection, they will give up that. But in bhakti, no. Bhakti, you're going to use as your practice, and you're going to keep that in your perfection, because bhakti is imperishable. Bhakti is eternal. Okay? In Srimad Bhagavatam 6.3.22, it is stated, devotional service, beginning with the chanting of the holy name of the Lord, is the supreme religious principle for all living entities. Etavam evalokesming pum sandharmo parasmrita bhakti yoga bhagavati tannama grahanadibi. This verse is very nice. This verse says that bhakti has many different ways of being practiced, but chanting of Krishna's name is the first and most important limb of bhakti. Chanting Krishna, this is the supreme religious principle. This is the supreme dharma. Pumsam dharma paroismita. For all living entities. Pumsam means to all living entities. Dharma param dharma. The supreme dharma for all living entities is to chant God's name, chant Krishna's name. Mhm. And this is the backbone of Bhakti Yoga. Mm. That is why, even if you do not practice any other limb of Bhakti, but you only chant, you're going to achieve perfection anyway. Mm. But all the other limbs, they cannot be performed without chanting. You have to chant and then perform the other ones. Then you achieve perfection. So chanting Krishna's name is the best way to worship Krishna. In the beginning, Krishna says you can offer fruit, flower, leaves. But if you don't have it, even if you don't have it, you can say Hare Krishna. Oh, but maybe I cannot speak loudly his name. Okay, you can chant in the mind. In the mind is also chanting. There are three ways of chanting: in the mind, whispering, and loud. So in this way, it is very easy to serve Krishna. Very easy. Mm. So this is the last slide. Yes. Any questions? Any doubts? Let me know.